Thank you for purchasing ASAP Systems Passport Tracking Platform for inventory and asset tracking. The information in this video is provided to help promote the successful installation and implementation of your Passport system, and also provide you with the information you'll need to know before scheduling any installation or training calls. The first and most important step upon receiving your deployment email is to read through the deployment guide. You'll find both the deployment guide along with your temporary user license attached to the deployment email. Once you register Passport, a new permanent license will be emailed to you. Included in the deployment guide will be information on the specific system you purchased, the web address for downloading the Passport installer, any hardware ship date if it's applicable, and also the web address for downloading the Passport installation guide. You'll also find information on scheduling both installation and user training sessions, as well as any ongoing support plan you may have purchased, including the expiration date of that plan. Before scheduling an installation call, we ask that you verify that all your computers are compliant with Passport software requirements. For a server installation, you'll need to be running either Windows XP Professional, Windows Vista, either the Business or Ultimate Editions, Windows 7 Professional, Enterprise, or Ultimate Editions, Windows Server 2003, or Windows Server 2008. All of the 32 and 64-bit versions of these operating systems will work. You'll also need to make sure that the Microsoft .NET framework is at version 2.0 or higher, and that you have your Microsoft Windows operating system installation disk for the install process. If you do want to install the Passport database on your own licensed SQL server, you'll need to contact support for alternate installation details. For a standalone PC or client installation, you'll also need to be running either Windows XP Professional, Windows Vista, either Business or Ultimate Editions, or Windows 7 Professional, Enterprise, or Ultimate Editions. Also make sure that the Microsoft .NET framework is at version 2.0 or higher, and that you have your Microsoft Windows operating system installation disk for the install session. A couple steps you'll need to take before scheduling the installation calls will be to download the software installer and save it to your local hard drive, and also make sure you have administrator privileges for both the server and the PCs on which you'll be installing Passport. You'll also need to turn off any firewall, security, or antivirus applications before installing Passport. However, once Passport's installed, these can be re-enabled. Once you've read through the deployment guide, at that point it's time to contact ASAP Systems customer service to schedule your installation session. You can call 408-960-7344 to set up that time. Please keep in mind that depending on the type of installation that's going to be performed, the install times can vary. For a client-server installation, it will take about an hour to 2 hours, and for a standalone installation, it would take about an hour. Now, if you're installing Passport on multiple client computers, you'll need to allow about an extra 15 minutes for each client computer. Once Passport's been installed, at that point it's time to schedule your training session, and again, just contact ASAP Systems customer service at 408-960-7344. If you have any ongoing technical support issues, we ask that you try to take a screenshot of the error if it's possible, and then attach that in an email and send it with a description of the problem to support@asapsystems.com. Once you've submitted the support email, and if your plan allows for it, you can then contact the main line at 888-868-6282 and press option 3 to reach support. The next bit of information only pertains to those who have purchased mobile scanners, so if you didn't purchase a mobile scanner, you can ignore this information. Some common problems you may run into when installing Passport is if you're running Windows XP on your server and you don't have the operating system disk, or if you're running Windows XP Home or Windows Vista Home editions, since the IIS service cannot be installed in either of these cases. Now, if you're installing on an existing SQL server, you'll need to make sure that the replication component was installed. If replication hadn't been installed on the server, it may require either upgrading your SQL Server database, or possibly even uninstalling and then reinstalling the database and including the replication component on the reinstall. ASAP Systems appreciates your business, and we thank you for purchasing Passport.